Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nexus Commentaries. Tonight we have Roll1Esports versus Spooky Ghost, and joining me is Sky Bunny.
Hello. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, the coin flip was won by Spooky Ghost. They chose to take first pick. They banned out Dragonshire and Sky Temple, while Roll1 banned out Ultrak Pass and Braxis. Both teams having their number one map banned out. Roll1 preferring the Dragonshire, and Ultrak Pass being preferred by Spooky Ghost. But we're going to Battlefield of Eternity for Game 1.
Battlefield of Eternity. Gonna see lots of race comps here. Probably like Raynor, Artanis, those Sylvanas.
Sylvanas is very good on this map. Roll1, this is going to be their 7th game on BOE, and currently they are sitting 2-4. So, looking to bring that a little bit closer to the 50% win rate that they would like to have on this map.
Wait, who picked this map again? Was it
Roll1 did.
So, one?
Yeah, Roll1Esports. They chose the map. They're only 2-4 currently on the map.
All right. Well, I believe in them. So it looks like they're ready.
Yeah, we'll tell them we're ready now too, because I told them we weren't, so that we could do the introduction. I mean, from the teams here, gonna do a countdown. They're doing a long countdown. They start at 5. And there's always that delay before the lobby actually starts.
Yeah.
Always makes it awkward when you're looking for the transition. Alright, so BOE, we already discussed that it's good to have race comps here. Spooky Ghost actually has both Greymane and Phoenix as a top 3 heroes for them. Phoenix is 5-4 and Greymane is 4-2.
Greymane would be phenomenal right here. Especially if you can get something like Tyrande, or even just Greymane by himself can shred through that Immortal. Phoenix is interesting. I have not seen very many Phoenixes here.
Yeah. His race isn't the fastest, but it's pretty standard for an auto attacker. Meanwhile, from Roll1, the only thing I'm looking for is I want to see Rock Your World on the ETC. We've seen it. I've seen it before. The last time I casted him, his early game on that ETC is just absolutely phenomenal. Getting picks left and right with it. We see the Toronto band from. They're actually on the wrong side. I realize. I need to swap this real quick.
Oh no. But yes, Tyrande is really great on this map with that Hunter's Mark, so I'm not surprised to see her banned here. But then the Diablo is an interesting ban.
It's a very high map for Diablo, and it also is a top pick for Spooky Ghost, as they're currently 3-4 on the Diablo. It's their second most played hero.
I kind of figured it was more of a Spooky Ghost.
Li Ming being banned out. Li Ming, good for race, good for team fight. Really is just a solid pick on this map in general. And there's the Vola ban. Vola getting a lot higher pick rate now since her health buff a couple patches ago.
So we're going to see here if they want to go, like we were talking about, more of a race build. If that is so, Artanis is available, Raynor is available, Hanzo. Everyone forgets about Hanzo and his scatter arrows on this map, I feel. Sylvanas is available.
Hanzo, I believe, is still the fastest racer, with auto attack build being slightly faster than W build nowadays. Not by much. W build's usually more consistent though for the team fights. Johanna picked up here though.
So yeah, Johanna's interesting. They just wanted to get that solid tank, which, prioritizing the tanks, and Johanna is one of the best, most well-rounded tanks in this game. So
Spooky Ghost is currently 3-3 on the Johanna, as there's that ETC and the Raynor that you were talking about.
And now I'm excited to see this ETC, considering you said that he has such a good one.
For Division B, Johanna is the most played hero with 101 games, and ETC is the second most played with 97 games so far.
I feel like that might be similar between all divisions, actually.
probably pretty close. I know Johanna has been pretty high. There's the Chen and Anna picked up for Spooky Ghost. Chen, they are currently running 2 and 2 on. Johanna, they're currently running 3 and 3 on. Johanna, they're currently running 3 and 3 on. So they have 3 heroes that they're running 50-50 on right now for Spooky Ghost.
And Chen has been just a menace in the Nexus as of late.
Yeah, there's the Phoenix Men from Roll1. They understand that that's a top pick for Spooky Ghost. That they're running a pretty good win rate. I might have been favoring the Greymane ban because of the map and because it's a slightly higher win rate, but we will see.
They might be looking to pick up Greymane, and if they are looking to pick up Greymane, they do get first choice.
I think it would be their first Greymane game if they do. Not 100% sure.
Oh, okay.
There's
and you generally want like a mage of some sort. You don't need a mage, but Jaina,
some kind of burst.
Yeah, some kind of burst.
KT is a decent pick for both teams. It's a top 3 pick for Roll1, but they're only running 2 and 5 on it. Meanwhile, Spooky Ghosts are running 3 and 1 if they do pick up the Kel'Thas. There's that Sylvanas and Leo.
There's that Sylvanas pickup, and that's gonna be Jane damage now has just become.
Good race coming out from both teams. Well, from Roll1. We don't quite see the race yet from Spooky Ghosts. Leo being a top pick for Roll1, they're currently 5 and 4 on it, so they got both their main tank and offlane pick of choice. Big Beard for Roll1 is actually the highest XP per game for Division B right now, as there's Mephisto Greymane coming up from Spooky Ghosts.
And like you're saying, that Greymane, he got his way through, and Mephisto.
Mephisto is...
twice in the NGS, and both times have been not impressive.
Mephisto is my highest win rate hero and already my second highest XP hero. I am a huge Mephisto fan. I'm excited to see how they pull out. We used it recently in Heroes Lounge last season quite a bit, and there is Uther coming out from Roll1. Divine Shield Mosh options. You should have Divine Storm options inside of Entombs. A lot of CC from Roll1 though. Raynor with his knockback, ETC has Power Slide knockback plus either ult. Sylvanas has either ult option, Leo has Entomb plus his slow, Uther has a stun, could pick up a second one at level 10.
I'm looking at these two teams and I'm not actually sure the stuns from Uther, like you were saying, on Chen especially, can be really a pain for him, especially when he jumps into the back there. I saw my friend pick up a Chen and just get annihilated by an Uther.
Introducing the teams on Roll1, we have Rock Your World on his signature ETC, Ezad playing Sylvanas. It's just Zad. It's Roll1Esports. Big Beard playing Leoric, Velvet playing Uther, and Yuanba on the Raynor. Do you want to introduce Spooky Ghosts?
You get Big Beard?
Yeah, Big Beard.
So we have Little Wolf on Ana, Kalidas, Eric with
a K.
Oh, with a K. On Greymane. Oh.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Boundary X on Mephisto, and okay, I got something in here. That's a pretty good name. Ralgoth on Johanna.
Talent's being picked up. We actually see the Q build coming out from Sylvanas, so that's going to be good raise. It's good single target damage in these team fights. If Greymane steps too far forward too fast, if Chen dives too quickly, they could potentially easily get picked off rather quickly.
Will also do a lot of damage to that Immortal.
They're actually putting Chen in the 4-man. They sent Greymane top to face the Leoric here.
I wonder... That's interesting. I wonder... Not a solo laner at all. I do not know the solo laning ways, only things that my friends who solo lane tell me. So is Chen... I would imagine that it would be actually pretty similar.
Chen's normally in the solo lane, which is why I'm a little surprised. Normally only Greymane sit up there in like quick match when there's not anyone else. But Greymane is actually shredding the Leoric top. He's down to 160 health. He's gonna die. They're actually trading 1-for-1 in the top lane. Leoric's passive is going to be important there, as he will respond a little bit faster and will be in lane to start soaking that XP. In fact, Chen's going to go up there to try to cover a little bit.
Leoric's going to be back way before Greymane is, but it was entertaining to watch, so...
Chen went up there. He'll be able to cover for that. We actually have Hammer of the Lightbringer from the Uther there instead of Q build. So he's going to look to stun. He's going to potentially be a hybrid build, maybe stun QQ. Or it could just be his way of trying to regen mana off of the objective, as Eric with a K on that Greymane is going to start taking the top camp, while Uther was able to get the bottom camp.
Yep, I love seeing this. Yep, so as soon as they, saw Chen rotate to the top, they went to get that camp. And then with the Sylvanas, they're going to get a lot of with any camp that they have, so...
It will most likely be Merc Queen from her at 4, as it will let her do the bonus damage to the Immortal. Well, it says to mercenaries and minions, it actually does include monsters into that talent. She's heading up top to actually help out the Leo, who's boxing with Eric and a K on the Greymane, but Eric with a K is already kind of low there.
Eric with a K in there, rotation out before Sylvanas is able to get there, but still going to be able to clear that camp up, no problem. And both camps really not getting too much done.
Level 4 picked up a hair faster by Roll1 here. And it's actually going to be full stun build from the Uther, so that's going to be important to note, as he will be rather good at locking down targets. If he picks up Divine Storm, his total length, if he gets Benediction at 16, is a 3.5 single target stun duration, if he chains it perfectly.
That's evil, and that is exactly what I was saying, versus that Chen in particular. If he jumps into the backline getting stunned for 3 seconds, that's an Achilles heel.
They're going to catch out Greymane here with the ETC power slide, and they're just going to burst him down, as all 5 of Roll1 are already up there ready to go on this Immortal. Catch the Greymane. That's a lot of race power from Spooky Ghost that's going to fall down here as they start trading in. Of note as well, Neil Peasants, I noticed, does bonus damage to monsters as well, so that's going to help on the objective a little bit. Sylvanas is going to get hit by the Immortal Stun, but then ETC is going to counteract that by stunning out both the tanks. Claudius on the Chen is going to start taking quite a bit of damage here. Little Wolf is going to have to put in work on Ana to heal him back up, as we've already reached halftime here. And they're going to start going back to racing here. Eric with the K going to try to get rid of as much shielding off this Immortal as possible.
So they know that they can't win the race, so at that point they just try to get as much shields off as possible to make the defense a little easier for them.
They did take quite a bit of damage off of it, since they had all of it on there. Getting a bit of a visual bug here, though. The health bar of this Immortal looks very large.
Yeah, it does actually look pretty large. Now this is gonna be challenging with that Sylvanas, and they need to be careful to not let it go out of control here. 65
stacks on Hammer of the Lightbringer for Uther before we start getting that CDR on his stun there. He's gonna start healing himself up here. They are gonna have a little bit of issue with poke, but right now that's not too bad, as they're just being able to commit quite a bit here. About half health left on the Immortal. All the shields are gone. 7 talents picked up now for Roll1. Greymane caught underneath the Immortal stun by the Uther stun. He's going to get out. He's barely going to survive with about quarter health. He's still just taking down there for a little bit as the Immortal now falls, but so does the fort, as Johanna's caught out. She's going to end up falling to the Sylvanas Q damage, and Roll1's going to walk away. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Chen's getting super low against this Leoric as well. Big Beard doing a good job of just kind of out-damaging anyone who's in lane with him or trading out nicely with him, as the top camp goes over to Roll1, while Spooky Ghost rotates all their members to the bot lane. Prison Duelist picked up by Greymane here, so he's going to look to stack that up. Elusive Brawler on the Chen to maybe help him dodge out some stuff from Leo and Raynor, as the camp is going to be fought over here by both teams here, as we have the camp going to actually be channeled up by Roll1. just gonna thank thank Spooky Ghost for their help in clearing that out for them. What ults do you think we're gonna get from both teams?
I think we're probably going to see the standard Hyperion from Raynor, Divine Storm from Uther, Healing Arrow. But whether we see a stage dive or mosh pit is going to be interesting. They don't have too many interrupts for mosh pit except for Ana, which is a pretty easy interrupt.
This will get quite a bit of W damage out on them. I expect it to be in the mosh pit. That's what I've seen him go the other times I've seen him play this ETC. He lands consistently three or more, and if he lands anything less, it's usually just because it's going to guarantee a quick kill here. Subdue already finished by Johanna there, that level 7 talent, so her Q is going to do an 80% slow that doesn't decay every time. As Chen's going to get stunned by the Immortal, no, by the Uther, the Immortals on his team. As Leo's getting kind of low here, but he's going to heal up a little bit. Teams are looking out. That's about
here, and they're almost 10 as well, so Spooky Ghost is going to have to pull back and just try to find some value somewhere else. I don't know if I agree with this defense here.
Probably not the first half, but definitely a need for the second half. Roll1 taking the time to get the Bruiser camp out and pushing for them, because that is the lane this Immortal will go to if they end up securing it for themselves.
They know they have the time. They know they have the time because they have that level advantage. And you're right, there's the mosh pit. And actually, we see Divine Shield. Huh.
D-Shield Mosh Pit.
Mosh Pit, yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Oldie but a goodie. We also have Willing Arrow. It is the Hyperion. And then it is the Entomb. A lot of combos set up with the options for their team there. Not a whole lot of AoE damage necessarily to follow it up, but they can focus down targets at their leisure, one at a time. Leo's going to go top to deal with that Bruiser camp.
Since I've seen a Divine Mosh Pit. No, and the last, I think it's probably like the last...
Probably the last time Uther was actually meta.
Yeah.
Just like a year and a half, 2 years ago. As this fort's already down to half health, quarter health left on it. In fact, this Immortal's sitting at 150% health as level 10s are picked up now for Spooky Ghost. It is the Durance of Hate as it's going to go out immediately on the ETC, but he's going to get Divine Shield out of it. Chen's going to go in with his ult on the Savant. He's going to get half her health bar before Roll1 sent in the ETC. He's going to be forced out of this fight as well. Leo, meanwhile, is going to land in Entomb on 3 of them. Never mind, it was 2 mini pandas and the main one. Mephisto's going to blink out and then get forced back in. He's getting kind of low, but Big Beard healing up quite nicely. Mosh out on 2. There's no sleep dart available for Ana just yet, but he's going to die instead as the Greymane was auto-attacking him. No kills from that Mosh Pit.
That was actually a really good defense from Spooky Ghost. They pushed past that Immortal. It got the counter kill on ETC, and the rest of the team backed up, so they weren't able to push with that 5-man with the Immortal. So great defense from them here.
Lose Fort, but I mean you're probably gonna lose Fort regardless to that Immortal. Yeah. But they only lose the wall at the keep and a little bit of well health. But we do have
really big shielded Immortal, so great defense from them considering.
So Roll1's going to line up here. They don't have the Mosh for this potential pickoff, so they're going to back out from it. It is 5 members from Spooky Ghosts down here, while Leo's meanwhile is in the top lane. Leo is the highest, or well, this player, Big Beard, is the highest XP soaker for Division B. He's not the highest XP per minute though, so which means the games are probably going long while he slowly gets that XP going for them. As Progrock gets finished out for the ETC for that extra sustain healing to help cover up Uther's general considered his weakness there. They're going to position here. That is the Greymane being caught in a Wailing Arrow Entomb with the Hyperion coming out. He's just going to die right away. He was not prepared for all members of Roll1 to be there.
Greymane is not the one that you want to go down either. Now they're going to be able to push in here with this Sylve ult, disabling the towers.
Take a look here.
Get this keep, yeah, if they're able to get this keep before this immortal, that
Not going to quite
Anyway.
get the keep. They're going to start getting forced out here as the rest of Spooky Ghost shows up here. Greymane has responded now. They're just going to go get ready for this race. Roll1's been doing a great job on this race from them.
yeah, they've been on top of that immortal like as soon as it comes down, getting that Rainer and Sylvanas damage on it. But Spooky Ghost coming in, pushing them off. So let's see if they can get a good engage here.
Bullet was burned on the ETC, who very quickly got healed back up by the Uther and his own Prog Rocked Enhanced E. As they're going to stun out the Chen, going to combo power slide as well. There comes the
Beautiful root from the Mephisto, and
there's a 5-man mosh pit though with Divine Shield, so the Immortal's not going to be able to erupt that, as they're all going to get knocked out by the Immortal instead, because it is on that team. Another big Immortal stun coming out, and that's going to finish off the Greymane there, as that is a 1-for-1 in, well, not really in anyone's favor, as it was an even trade, but
a 5-man mosh pit, but Sylvanas had to back because she took so much damage, so the damage was just not there to follow up on it. And then the counter from that Mephisto, that was an interesting goes there.
Mephisto has finished his Q quest, which is a rather large power spike, as it gives him more than 20% extra damage on it, and it gives him a third of the cooldown back on it infinitely now, because there's only a 5-second cooldown. Top keep, though, is under pressure from Kata, so Spooky Ghosts need to keep an eye on that as they move in on Roll1 here, trying to knock them off the Immortal.
Coming out, but actually whiffing there. Up here, they're able to push them off, but
to what extent? They're going to move in, and it's just going to be a full... Well, it's not going to be full race, as Uther is going to stun the Chen, going to try to get him underneath the Immortal. Isn't quite going to land. As Roll1's Immortal is getting rather low, they're going to need everyone down here to defend.
are getting it.
There's the Entomb on it. Will there be any follow-up? As another 3-man root comes out from Mephisto, is going to finish off the Uther there. As Leo's getting rather low, he's going to die, but so is Mephisto, as he couldn't quite back away far enough. Bullet went out from the Greymane. As they continue to push in here on Spooky Ghost, they're going to catch out the ETC. He's going to fall. Leo's going to fall. Zed's going to try to run away from the Chen on the Savant. She is going to make it out. Top keep, meanwhile, did fall for Roll1.
Keep fell, but they were able to get this Immortal, which is direction.
Yeah, this could be a fort. They could try to match up this whole lane here, try to get the keep wall as well. As
we have about 10 seconds before ETC is back up, and he does have Mosh Pit available.
Divine Shield is also available.
Divine Shield. Yeah.
Mephisto not currently with his team. He's clearing up the top a little bit. He is starting to head down now as he understands this will probably be a 5v5 as the Entomb comes out on the Greymane, but there goes the Bullet. Beard taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to back off just in time though. ETC's in the back line now for Spooky Ghost. He's going to have to power slide forward as one of the mini Chens is going to go down. Actually, it looks like both melee ones are down. As Nano Boost and Mephisto is going to blink in with the root there on the Raynor. He's going to get the Divine Shield to get out. Good. As they continue to fight here in the 4-man, or 5v5 really. There goes the keep. Uther's going to get slept there, and that's going to cause him to die as well. As Mosh Pit comes out on 4 members. Chen's the only one not caught it. There's the Wailing Arrow. They're trying to focus on the Chen as he wasn't doing anything. He is going to go down. Meanwhile, Bullet goes out, and that is a huge bit of damage from the Greymane there. It's going to finish off Leo. ETC getting rather low as he was forced to power slide in, try to peel 500 health on him. As he's still taking Savas is trying to back. Savas will finish her back before getting caught out there.
They need to back up now. No, if they overstay, that could be a window back in for
Roll1. Roll1 currently with 3 Katas pushing the core. 14 seconds until Chen responds to help clear that. So if they can keep Spooky Ghost here on this, as they're going to stun out the Greymane, he's going to fall down as he was just getting clicked by Raynor that whole time. The Bruiser Camp still has 1 minion left on it, so no one's really capping it just yet. Raynor's going to finish that off, in fact, for his team. They're still chasing here on Roll1 though. Entomb on the Ana, though. She's already at half health. She needs to be very careful here. She's, in fact, going to fall. Meanwhile, ETC's going to go on the Mephisto. He's going to fall as well. Johanna's sitting at half health. There comes the Q-build damage from Savage. 300 health, 60 health. She's going to fall as well. This could be game if they all ran to the top lane. They might just run through the bottom, keep past the Chen into the core there. Leo is tanking it. They're going to use the Savant's passes. They're going to guarantee this second keep in case they get wiped on core. Or they could choose to go for the Immortal instead, as both teams are getting quite scaled right now. They're going to get the keep and back off. Whew.
You think they could have finished there?
I think if they went top lane, they hit over 20 seconds, and they have Exterminate, which I guess doesn't do bonus damage to buildings, but I think it would have been close. They're actually not staying on the camp. There's the Bruiser camp coming up for them.
I do like their call, though, because if they're not able to finish the keep, I think that the Spooky Ghost definitely would have been able to.
They did get 1% on the core.
1%. But the race coming out, and they're able to halftime show super quickly here.
Spooky Ghosts are going to move in to defend this. They need to defend first. They need a wipe here. They can't afford to just sit back and defend. I think Roll1 is going to be forced to make the play here. Though they could just sit back and wait till they get 20, as they do have 4 buildings down. In fact, all of Spooky Ghost left the Immortal. They all went top lane. Roll1 scouted it out with the minions, so they just instantly run in, start damaging it. As soon as they show back up, they just back out. Both teams with all their ults.
Roll1 needs to be the one that makes their thing, because look at the lanes right now. It's slowly pushing up in the top, so I think...
Bullet goes out on Leo. He's already down to half health. There's the Mephisto route on the Savannah. She's going to cleanse out, though, so it's not going to have time to spread. Nano boosted Mephisto in the back as ETC was on the Ana trying to peel her off. Greyman's going to see him as well. Meanwhile, the Mini Panda is still trying to put in work, but not quite able to finish anyone off. Good job from Roll1 not falling down to the Panda problem. Greyman went all the way back up to the enemy, to his own Immortal, as they find the Chen caught in the little U there, and they're going to entomb him and silence him and throw all of their stuff on him. D-Shield on Leo already. It's actually going to be the Uther who's going to fall there instead. Chen's still pushing forward. He's getting rather low, 100 health. He's going to fall down there as well. Leo getting rather low as well, and he's going to be able to ghost walk out a little bit. Mephisto's going to chase that slightly, but it's actually the Savage who's in trouble. She's going to end up falling down because she just let the Greymane auto-attack him. Meanwhile, the core is still getting heavily pressured by Winions. 3 Katas in the bottom, 1 Kata in the top. They could end up finishing behind the Immortal if Spooky Ghosts aren't careful. While Roll1 moves forward, trying to secure the Immortal finally, using the Exterminator from the Raynor to do bonus damage to it. 2,000 health left on the Immortal that they need to kill off. 1,300, 800, 295, and it's gone. So the Immortal will in fact go over to Roll1 as they look to finish, or yeah, as Spooky Ghosts look to try to pick off the ETC there, but weren't quite able to do it. What play are you looking from Roll1 here to finish this off?
I don't even know if they need to do anything. This Immortal has half a I mean, they will need to push with it. All they need to do is push with this Immortal, I think.
Would you push the same lane or opposite lane? I'm a fan of pushing the opposite lane in this scenario.
I think I would push this. I don't know if it matters, to be perfectly honest.
It will if they don't push up here and pull them off of it. It is Death Mosh on the ETC. He's got 4 seconds though till normal Mosh. He could look for a double Mosh play. It was Redemption on the Uther, so he's also could be looking to initiate a little bit. Nanobu's on the Mephisto already, as he's going to Entomb, but that's a Divine Shield Mosh onto 4 people with the Entomb, follow up with the Silence on it. Hyperion coming out as well. Meanwhile, the Immortal still on the core, 65% left on the core, as Uther and ETC fall, but that is the Death Mosh, and that's going to be Redemption, as they're all going to kill off Chen, Minis, Pandas, 9% on core, 8% on core, 0% on core. That is game 1 going over to Roll1Esports.
It's actually a pretty impressive comeback there, though, from the Spooky Ghost. They did a really great job getting that Immortal and pushing back into that, getting that counter keep.
Yeah, they did. That one Immortal they got put in a lot more work than any of the individual mortars did for Roll1 in that situation. We actually see Mephisto top of the damage charts there. 8,000 above the Sylvanas, and then it's the Greymane sitting.
That Mephisto was pretty scary. I feel like if it was any other, that Mephisto got multiple stuns in that game with his ultimate.
I would have picked a different 16. I would have gotten percentage health. I think percentage health is just crazy, especially with that level 4 is you get shielding for all the percentage health. Other than that, it's a pretty solid build coming out from him. There wasn't many Wisdom Duelist stacks picked up by the Greymane, as he did die 6 times on him. Most deaths in the game.
Gosh, he had he had a rough time because he was the one getting stunned and entombed and everything, which you'd think would go on to that Chen, but you know, if a Greymane's coming at your face.
Yeah, Chen played more passively than the Greymane did, so the Greymane played into the stuns when the Chen was trying to play around it, so they were just trading off who was getting stunned out there. And then, of course, the Sylvanas Q build, very good at shredding a single target, so if Greymane wasn't careful, she was able to finish him off as well. If you're a Spooky Ghost, are you taking map pick or first pick here?
I don't know these teams. I don't know what maps they like to play. If there's a specific hero that they want, like they really prioritize that Johanna in the last map, and Johanna doesn't. I mean, you know, Battlefield of Eternity. You think race, like as we saw on. They prioritize that Raynor in that first spot, but instead they really want that Johanna. So I'm curious if that's just like they're really, really good on that Johanna, or
they're running a 50-50 on the Johanna. It was before that match. It was only a 3-3 on the Johanna so far.
Not really sure.
If I had to guess, if they take map pick on Spooky Ghost, I expect us to go to Curse Hollow. Alterac Pass is their favorite map, but it was banned out, so I expect them to take us to Curse if they take it. I could see them going into first pick, though, instead.
Usually, I personally see teams like to take map pick more often, unless you have a specific have in mind. But a lot of characters can, or like a specific hero that you have such a high win percentage on. I'm not sure. Like I said, so you think Curse Hollow? Have you seen a map favorite from Spooky Ghost?
In the game that I cast them on, I don't think we went to Curse, and we in fact are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Okay.
And it looks like they Spooky Ghost opted into first pick here, so it's in fact Roll1's map pick of Tomb of the Spider Queen there.
I'm gonna be interested to see what they first pick.
In my experience, you generally just pick first pick. That's what I always chose in. It doesn't matter what map you go to. Let's just get the best pick we can. Tomb of the Spider Queen in Heroic Division across 8 games. First pick only runs a 50% win rate, which is actually the highest out of the maps that we have that stat for from Heroic Division. So they're not really doing any favors here by taking first pick and then ending up on this map. I could see Junkrat though. I don't know if either team plays Junkrat. Junkrat is running the highest win rate currently for Division B at 75%. Could see the Johanna, could see the ETC again. Both tanks could be just picked up again here.
Johanna is, said before, she's just a very well-rounded hero, but on this map in particular, her wave clear is good.
Yeah. Johanna I had once described to me as the best tank that's never banned. And it's pretty true. Most of the time.
That's not true. I see her banned quite a bit, but that's true.
She gets banned. She's getting banned more now as more people are getting used to seeing her picked up.
Yeah.
But Diablo's been nerfed. Anubrak's kind of been falling out as people get used to playing against him again. He just kind of comes and goes, it seems, with depending on how often people play against him.
It's kind of like that Abathur thing. People just have banned him so much that now you wonder if anybody even still knows how to play him.
I do. I know a couple others too.
I also do. And I did see him in a comp the other day. Although I think that team lost.
I'm still a big fan of TOV. I just wish more people played him. I wish he was just a little bit stronger.
Lost Vikings?
Yeah. Yeah. I think currently Lava Wave Ragnaros does the same thing as TOV, but just does it slightly better. Because he's got more team fight.
I have not seen any Lost Vikings yet.
Me either. It's been sad. I did cast one team that has played TLV before because it was on their record that they had played it, and we were hoping it would come out because they did go to Curse, and then they didn't play it, and we were disappointed.
No, is Curse is like the map for the Lost Vikings too.
Actually, I like Ultrarec Pass for it. I think Ultrarec Pass, I think my favorite comp there is you run TLV, and then you run Hammer, and you run a 4-man Hammer down a single lane and just try to shove it. So you have the mud, so you gain vision of the enemies trying to come in effectively before they can reach you. That's my theory on it.
When he went on a bathroom break, how dare they?
I know. Didn't they go before this all started? Alright, they are saying they're ready on Spooky Ghost now, so any second now we'll jump into draft. We'll watch bans come out. We'll watch the Johanna picked up if it's not banned. We'll watch the ETC get picked up if it's not banned. What else are you looking for from these teams?
So, once again, I think Sylvanas should be prioritized. Like on Immortal, her push potential on this map is... And then... Killfuss at all this, but...
We could see Killfuss picked up. Both teams
Yeah,
have played
I like
Killfuss. Killfuss having a better win rate for Spooky Ghost, but Roll1 playing it more often.
Like you said, Spooky Ghost picked first pick, right? So
yep.
I really want to see what they first pick. If it's also Hana,
I want to see the Phoenix, and I want to see it paired with a Jaina.
Oh, that would be good. The slows increasing his damage output.
You go Ring of Frost.
Would be really good on the board, yeah.
Ring of Frost Purification Salvo, and you just win team fights by landing 2 ults. And you build 3 defensive people. Let's see what they end up choosing for. First ban from Spooky Ghost. I would probably look at either a Wave Clear hero or the ETC. It's going to be the ETC. They said they don't want to put up with that again from Rockier World.
So from just the Diablo. So seeing that Diablo get banned a second time definitely makes me think that, I mean, let's not get it wrong. The Lord of Terror is
scary,
sick, but I've seen him get through many times, and
yeah, his popularity kind of started to fall off with the increase to his cooldown on his combo being increased to 13 from 12. But still up there. Anduin being banned out by Spooky Ghost. Anduin, Roll1 has played it 6 times, but they're only 2 and 4 on it. So I think it's something they just tend to go to, but they don't necessarily play it that much. Medivh banned out by Roll1.
Is there a Spooky Ghost Medivh player?
I think they've played it 1 time and lost.
Oh. Huh.
But it is a Medivh map, though. It's very good at keeping vision on the turn-in points for it.
Okay, so what do they want to first pick? Is it going to be that Johanna? What do you think?
I think Johanna, I think KT, or the Phoenix would be what I'm looking for. It's going to be the KT for them.
There you go, KT.
Currently sitting 3-1 on the KT for Spooky Ghost here. So solid pickup potentially from them. Roll1 kind of forced to not draft too much melee now, and forced to also pick up something to match that wave clear. Potentially Ariel Gul'dan? Jaina Anubarak. Currently, Roll1 is 0 and 4 on Anubarak.
Ooh, I don't like that stat.
That's why I wrote it down. A new rec can run a similar playstyle as ETC, but instead of Mosh only can cocoon one target. I think that's really the big difference comes in. There's Johanna. They're gonna pick up that Phoenix this time before Roll1 has a chance to third ban it.
Yeah, I was just about to say I hope that they pick up that Phoenix here because it got banned last time. So they do get their Johanna. Liking the comp out of Spooky Ghost at the current moment.
Yeah, Roll1 can look to just... They have the wave clear from Jaina. They can dive in with the new rec. They can kind of peel out. They're going to ban out the Ana, hinting that they want a different healer here. Anduin's gone. Now the Ana's gone. I don't actually have recorded down what other healers they play. Ana is the pick from Spooky Ghost last game. They also play the Lucio. They're 2-4 in the Lucio for Spooky Ghost.
Yeah.
Reverse amp being able to slow the opponents down for purification style could be the way they try to get as many crits in as possible. They're gonna ban out the Toronto there from Spooky Ghost again. For neither team having picked up their healer yet, they have banned a lot of healers.
We still have Stukov, which actually got banned last time by Spooky Ghost.
Lucio left in too. Could see Morales, could see some kind of Morales shenanigans. Roll1 could go into some kind of backdoor if they pick up Morales here and use the Beatles to tank. They're going to pick up the Stukov and Alarak instead.
They definitely have a combo-y team here.
And they also have a ton of CC again. That seems to be something they favor, is just CC in general.
They're going to be looking to rotate and catch some of these people out in the early game, especially.
Do you think Phoenix is offlane, or do you think he's in the 4-man?
Depends on what they pick up here.
Maybe Lucio.
But we do see that Lucio. So, is Phoenix or Greymane? I think Phoenix will be in that solo lane because Greymane, I think, is just so much better with the 4-man. I don't know.
We saw Eric with a K play in the solo lane last time. It's going to be the Rexar coming out from Big Beard here. So more CC.
In that case, I definitely think Phoenix. But I feel like Phoenix matches up against Rexar better, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would say he probably does. Though it could really be either, because Greymane could just stay in human form and auto-attack Misha. Just really... Eric with a K solo laned it last lane. I'm expecting the Greymane to go there. If I was Roll1, that's why I would have picked up whatever I wanted to face the Greymane with. I don't know if I would have gone into Rexar, but we have Rock Your World playing the Anubarak, Zad playing the Alarak, Big Beard on that Rexar, Velvet playing Stukov, and Wamba playing the Jaina.
Right, and we have Little Wolf on that Lucio, Boundary X on Phoenix, Goth once again on Johanna, on Kelthas, and Eric with a K on Greymane.
Either team going into Portrait Synergy here. I'm a little disappointed about that.
It's kind of sad.
Though, I do like the Bloodless Brawl one from Nubrek. I like to pick that one up myself sometimes.
So, I actually think I favor comp here.
Which one? You cut out.
Ghost, I think I favor Spooky Ghost comp here.
We have Flare from the Rexar, so that's an interesting level 1.
Huh.
Extra, good for keeping vision on the turn-in points, I guess. We do have Legion of Beetles by the Nubrek.
Maybe he's worried about rotated on?
Could be true. I think the burden of executions on Roll1 here, I think the composition coming up from Spooky Ghost is a lot more simple. I think over time they'll edge out an advantage.
So with, like I said before, they want to get, that early game here.
Fetid touch on the Stukov, so he's going to stay in melee here. We're not going to take the spine launcher there. They try to catch out the Johanna, but she has the unstoppable. She's going to get out. Jaina going to clear that up. Kael'thas is going to work on burning up some as well.
Well, Phoenix actually is the one that goes to the bottom lane. He opted out of the middle party there.
Zad on the Alrex right around the corner, though, and Rexar is baiting Bound Trex on the Phoenix as far up as he can get him. sending Misha in, letting him come out, and there he goes on the Alarak. He's gonna move in, telekinesis back, Discord Strike on him. There's the stun from Misha. Not quite enough damage just yet. They got rid of the shield though. Zed's also gonna take about 3 tower shots there. Meanwhile, in the 4-man, they're just kind of rotating back and forth. Not much action going on there.
Liked the patience out of the Phoenix there. Said this is generally what we see on this map, rotation for in the 4-man between mid and top.
Stun on 2. Not really, not a whole lot of necessarily early kill game potential as Alarak went into the extended lightning, so he's missing 10% sadism or some of that early damage there. Actually using the Misha to stack up advanced targeting on that Phoenix, currently at 5 stacks, could be looking for more soon. Big Beard's going to turn in his 9 gems. First turn in of gems in the game, though not even close to getting a turn in for the Spider yet.
It's so sad using the bear. These animals, you fiend.
Real Rexar players keep Misha behind the wall.
You know what? You gotta take advantage of when you can, right? So I like the advanced targeting using the Misha.
This bed of barbs coming out from a new break. That is the talent I prefer as well at that level. Frost Armor coming out from Gina to try to deal with some of these auto attacks coming out from Spooky Ghost there. Might help her survive if she gets dove by the Greymane this time around. There's the camp coming out for Roll1. Early camp, bruiser camp from them. For a second I thought that was Animal Husbandry, but it's actually Hunter-Gatherer on the Rexar. Oh, Misha also died.
Oh.
Someone called PETA.
PETA. There you go.
Thick skin on the Greymane.
Thick skin. Oh, he didn't.
Physical
armor.
armor.
Like that
He effectively got blocked when he jumps into wolf form. As they're gonna, Eric with the K is gonna finish off this game. He's a little bit healthy. I don't think he's gonna be able to push up with the camp. But Roll1's gonna rotate out. They got almost a tower there. They almost got the tower. 59 health left on that tower.
I guess he's just a little bit worried about that Rack and Alarak damage for when he jumps in. What the dark thick skin pickup is for. D for when he dives in.
Big Beard's out of mana here on the Rexar as Eric with a K shows up. Roll1, Rock Your World was trying to turn in, but he's getting harassed by Little Wolf. Both the team captains going back and forth there. As the flare comes out for vision on the bottom objective. Zed trying to get some Discord Strike stacks going for his level 4. Both teams approaching level 7 here. Shortly as Kel'Thas is going to get dove by the Anub'arak. He's also going to get silenced out. But Jaina does not land the Blizzard, but they're going to spread Living Bomb back and forth here potentially. Nope, that was just that was the passive one and then the normal one.
So they need to be careful here because both teams do have turn in.
It's Living Bomb build from the Kel'Thas coming out here. He's expecting them to spread it, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, look at their comp. You know, everybody wants to kind of go for the same target.
Could also be good, just harass it, throw it on Misha in these team fights. As Greymane turns in bottom there. 35 turned in for Roll1. 47 for Rock or Spooky Ghost.
Anub'arak has most of the gems, I think. Oh, he did get them turned in. Oh, but
Kel'Thas turned in. Kel'Thas turned in the top one. As they're rotating down now, Janna keeping 3 from clumped. If the Kel'Thas was there a little bit earlier, they could have gotten bomb value. As Boulder X is getting pretty low, as is Misha, but everyone's going to get out of that. No one's going to die. Spiders are going to come down for Spooky Ghost here. Where are they going to look to defend and push first? It looks like Spooky Ghost is going to look to push bottom.
Usually you want to go top because that's where the boss lane is, but I guess they were all already down here. Boundary X had tapped the well down here, so...
Jaina and Anub'arak going to clear up mid first while the rest of the team rotates bottom. Misha's going to fall, spread bomb to the Alarak who's in the middle of the enemy team. Velvet there took quite a bit of damage as well. This is probably a fort pretty securely for Spooky Ghost in this bottom lane. Jaina went top to clean up that one. Anub'arak is still middle right now.
There's not much that they can do. They got the kill onto that Alarak, so there's not much they can do defending that. So I like the decision to send Gina to top instead of
Maneuver cut out in the middle here. He's gonna burrow dive out. Can he finish getting behind the wall? Advanced targeting coming in pretty heavily there. Barely gets out though with about. Again, he's up to 60, but he's already started to heal up. I think he was down to like 400 health. Ice flows coming up from Jaina. Pretty unique build from this Jaina so far. Not your standard Globe QQ build just yet.
There's the ice flows player, and I don't think I've ever taken ice flows.
I've taken it because I've taken every talent on Jaina. I actually have a 100% win rate with the auto attack talent at 7, and I still think it's terrible.
Oh gosh, the auto attack. I've tried that one too.
I just think it's a big meme. I think going auto attack Blizzard is just the biggest meme, and I think it's hilarious to play. And then I keep winning with it. I have to try to convince people it's still bad.
Alright, we have ultimates coming out here. So, we look like we have pretty standard ultimates across the board.
Except for Alarex, he went Deadly Charge.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so, yeah, and also we have Water Elemental from Jaina.
I feel like the game I casted on Monday, there was an Alarex that also went Deadly Charge. Instead of Counter-Strike at first.
I don't see...
Guess they'll send a noob in, and then they'll send the Alarex in, and we're just gonna try to kill Claudius on this. Kael'thas as a Sky Bunny has DC'd from the game. She'll be back in a moment.
It's just me.
Yeah, she'll be back. As Rexar is going to have to dodge Misha around here to not spread that bomb out. As Spiders are going to come in from Roll1. Meanwhile, the siege camp in the bottom lane is going to start to get cleared up by Big Beard's Rexar. That is the quest for Alarak at level 1 being finished. Meanwhile, Nurex taking quite a bit of damage here. He's down to 1200 health. I need to get my thing off of him.
Okay, so they were able to get the web, and let's see if they can get a good push out of this.
Top wall was definitely going to go down. Deadly Charge is getting channeled up by the Arak, but Claudius is going to back out. He's going to get stunned, silence, and Blizzard all on him. He's going to get his shield off, though. He's at 900 health, though. 1200 health. There is the cocoon on the Lucio. They're going to start burning it, though. 400 health, 200 health on him. He's still alive on this KT. He's going to fall down, though, to the Spider Wave. Two-man stun coming out from Alarak there. They're trying to get Rogoff on this Johanna to fall next, as it's going to be the Phoenix as well, getting super low. There's the shield coming out from the Johanna. It's going to be the Lightning from Alarak with a completed quest, finishing off the Phoenix. Eric with a K on this. Gravy needs to be careful now as he's in the middle of the enemy team as well. Meanwhile, Spider in the bot lane still going. Mid Spider has been cleared out. Velvet's channeling the silence down. This is top one's going to fall down as well. So that's at least 2 forts most likely, as this Rexar is still working on the bottom one currently. Spooky Ghost is going to rotate down and try to defend that. Roll1, I expect we'll just start shoving mid as a response to that. There's the bottom Spider down, but Rexar is going to use Misha to try to finish it off. 700 health on it, and it's going to fall down to the Winions there. Q going from Kael'thas to Misha there. Eric with a K trying to get the Misha kill there, but isn't going to quite commit to it. 1 tower left in mid for it. As they have a second turn in available on Roll1, there's the second turn available for Spooky Ghost as well. Blue Spiders again.
Right away. This is going to be tough. And they're going to have a talent tier advantage.
It's 13 though, which is arguably the lowest power spike talent tier for most heroes. I would say there's probably only about 4 heroes in the game that get a large power spike at 13.
16 is a more...
13 is usually just defensive one. Blades of the High Lord, so it is going to be auto attacks from the Alarak. Greymane looking to the future, realizing he was going to need that physical armor so early on in the game. He's got 12 stacks of Wisdom Duelist. It's also the auto attack talent from Anubarak there. Wildfire Bear coming out for Rexar. I don't know Rexar enough to know how often that talent's picked up. Ice Barrier for the Jaina though. Kael'thas is going to throw out all of his damage there, including his ult. The Phoenix to try to zone out Roll1 from this mid keep. Teams are going to rotate now to the top lane. Now that bottom and mid spiders are gone. Half health on this spider here in the top lane as they're starting to try to push down this tower. Alarak is going to start channeling his charge here And Nubrek's going to start getting healed up because Bullet's already been popped out. There comes the boars going on everyone, but Phoenix who's going to get cocooned out. 3-man silence and stunned underneath of it from the Nubrek. That is Kel'Thuz's Lucio falling to it. Rogoth on the Johanna is also going to fall. But get out the slow in time for the purification level, but it's not going to finish anyone out just yet. But Eric with a K is going to finish off a Nubrek there. And he's going to start auto-teching Misha now, getting those Wizened Duelist stacks coming out. This charge from Alaric actually putting in quite a bit of work there with the Stukov silence follow-up.
That was awesome to watch.
They're going to secure top keep here.
Man.
Misha's going to tank the enemy team and distract them.
A little bit too much damage. They're not actually able to finish. Just one more Q from Jaina.
She dropped Blizzard for it, but she's going to cost her life as the shove from Stukov misses. There goes the bullet. Alaric's going to actually charge out there. Velva's going to give his life. He's going to walk away from his team to make sure to give them as much space as possible.
Now I want to see them rotate to this boss, which it looks like that they are going to do here.
They will know that this is coming out. Zed's going to instead tap instead of back now. He might look to charge in and then telekinesis for it, but he's not going to. Instead, they're going to go take the siege camp bottom, and then realizing they still have the fort in the top lane to defend with that. From down to about a quarter health left on the boss before it's picked up. Meanwhile, you have Rexar, Misha, a Nubrek, and Alarak in the bottom lane picking up that siege camp as fast as they can so they can get back to defend here.
Definitely agree with that decision.
Or being picked up by Johanna for the extra punish damage, not the rotating hammers that you normally see, or even the burning aura. There goes the bullet. 30-second cooldown going out.
Okay, so they need one more gem in order to get a turn in on the side of Spooky Ghost.
16 talent tier advantage though for Roll1, as the boss is now down to a quarter, low enough that you could probably just leave it. But Jaina wants to make sure to maximize as much defense as they can. There she's good. She's gonna leave it now. Leave it to the towers and minions to finish that off rather quickly. Bruiser Camp being picked up by Spooky Ghost right now, as we have 16 still being locked in currently. Rocker World is gonna still be staying in there. It's just gonna get walked past temporarily.
Here they are trying to get the turn in, but it's being pretty highly patrolled by. They need to be careful not to get.
Here comes the boards as Phoenix go out. As a 3-man Discord strike comes out from the Alaric that charged in the back. They already killed off Phoenix. There's the cocoon on the Greymane. Meanwhile, Kel'Thuz's super low, but it doesn't matter. They're fighting this tight choke, so Kel'Thuz's bombs are going off. There comes the water elemental. Greymane's gonna go down. There's the silence coming out. 100 health on the Kel'Thuz. He's gonna die to lightning from Alaric. There goes the Lucio to the Discord strike, but that's a 4-man living bomb coming out from Kel'Thuz as he's dying. And that is, they're still 7 gems short of a turn in here. They can clean up bottom, clean up mid a little bit. It looks like they're gonna leave just Alarak to clean up mid, as they're gonna 4-man push bottom lane here. What a fight.
I mean, dive in by the Alarak has been doing so much, and then the follow-up from the Anubarak, which is interesting because usually it's the vice versa.
Yeah, and
getting that interrupt on that Lucio before he was able to get that sound barrier off.
the Cocoon on Greymane doing work too, because I feel like he was required to put enough burst to kill off the Alaric fast enough. They got the whole keep wall in the bottom. They're going to back off as Spooky Ghost respawn here, and they're just probably going to go turn in. 35 gems on Big Beard here as he leaves Misha behind, but she's going to get out too. Good bear. There's the flare, so they're going to see them coming in if they choose to contest here on Spooky Ghost. There they are. They're going to line up for it because they understand. Meanwhile, Triple Cat is on the top lane starting to put damage on the core here as Spider Waves are picked up for Roll1 again. They're also going to get the Bruiser Camp at the same time here.
I have a fear that if this isn't game, it's at least going to get both of these keeps.
It's always hard to come back from losing all 3 keeps.
Yeah.
There comes the Boars, and Misha is going to go out too. There comes the charge in from Alaric, but not quite getting on anyone. Rogoth able to pop his passive and get out from all of that. So that is 2 ults down from Roll1 without any success on killing anyone with them. There's the Blessed Shield coming out, and there's the charge from the Greymane trying to go out on the Nubrek, but he's going to dive behind the wall and be okay. Meanwhile, Kel'Thuz is trying to damage both the Misha and the Spider Wave, but they have the Bruiser Camp spell armor there that's also going to get cleaned up.
So they're able to clear out this spider web in the middle.
Top spider is approaching core, but it's still only got about third health. Roll1's gonna move in, try to secure mid keep here. Bottom spider just now arriving to the keep. Both teams rotating down for a fight over this keep here in the bottom lane. As we're about to have Daily Charges back off cooldown. Cocoon just going out on the Lucio there. Water Ellie also being out right now. Misha taking some damage. There is the Ice Block quest completed by Jaina as she's going to try to look to finish off the Greymane and will do so with the help of a Nubrak who's now out of mana.
Katas are attacking the core top.
4 Katas on core. This is looking pretty much like GG right now. 4% on core, and that's it. As the only person to pick their level 20 was the Alarak pitting up Counter-Strike just in case.
Just in case. And what a nice series there from Roll20.
Roll1.
Roll1. Roll20 was an HTC team, I'm sorry. Although they're probably honored that I confused them with Roll20 considering HTC. But it was a really nice series, solid series from Roll1.
No longer are they 0% win rate on a Nubrak either, as they pull out their first W with that hero. Of note though, hero damage numbers wise, Rexar was the top for Roll1, and he was below all 3 assassins from
yeah.
Spooky Goes.
Like the stat right there.
Rexar did 41,000 healing. That's all Misha healing. Misha got more healing than the entire team of Spooky Ghost.
Oh, that feels so bad.
Rexar topping hero damage, damage taken, and XP for his teams.
Teams in the future.
Yeah, as
make a note. Rexar. Yeah, Rexar and Leo have been the 2 that I've seen the most on. We're actually going to move down into the NGS Discord here for an interview with Rock Your World.
Myself in here.
Hello, Rock Your World.
What's up, Majesty? How are you?
I'm alright. How does it feel to get your first win ever in NGS on a Nubrak?
I think we finally...
Hello.
Hey, bunny. I think it finally... Like, I've picked a Nubrak probably a million times.
4 times. This was your 5th game.
I understand. But, like, I've picked him flat out a million times in my lifetime. And the biggest difference is that, like, our team previously to, like, the last couple weeks have just been out of sync. So it's like I would dive in and throw everything, and there'd be no follow-up, and I get blown up. Or I would say it's like, or I would throw, or say it's like, or I'd cocoon a target, and then we would have no follow-up on the cocoon target. It was just not clear. And so finally, like, being able to, like, get a couple more reps in, have our team play together, and be like, okay, so, like, this is, like, just even verbalizing, like, I'm cocooning this target, please focus this target. It helps out.
Did allowing the Alarak to deadly charge in first help you get the timing down on when to go in with your barrel?
It was mainly the boars, actually.
Boars, yeah. Yeah, he did charge after the boars, generally.
That middle one, he asked me, he's like, should I boars? And I was like, no, don't boars yet. There's no Waniba. He's like, oh, they're already out. I'm like, okay, well, we're going in. There's some piggies. Shake some piggies.
So that was game 2 a little bit. Big Beard still topping that XP numbers there.
Beard knows how to soak them like the best of them.
He actually topped hero damage for your team. Were you expecting that in game 2? The Rexar to be top hero damage?
So as soon as we killed the core in game 2, he threw out. He's like, can the DPS do some damage? Gosh, we were just laughing. We're like, oh man, definitely not expected. But honestly, that's to the credit of Spooky Ghost. Like, they did a really good job of not trying to engage. Like, they did not want to accidentally get killed by an Alarak or accidentally get blown up in one stun combo. So, like, I think that's part of their well played that enabled Rexar to get so much hero damage.
Rexar also did more healing than all of Spooky Ghost received that game?
I didn't. We didn't kill anything, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Rexar did 41,000 healing, though Lucio did 39.
Oh man. Well, it's kind of like I don't know if you. I forget if you casted it Majesty or a different game, but it's the same thing with like Lucio and Anduin have a curse where if like they get high numbers when things aren't going well. It's like, but when things are going well, they have no they can't heal at all. So.
In game 1, you got your ETC. And then you landed a couple moshes there that didn't quite seem to have the follow-up that you were looking for.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just me, but I have no problem with the zoning mosh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where like I knew into Joanna, you don't always get tons of good moshes just because it's a free interrupt and all that other stuff. But I kind of saw about the second or third time that it happened that Anna very clearly nano boosts what's his face,
Mephisto.
and then they throw all of their stuff, Mephisto. And so I was like, maybe I can try and like just jump on them as soon as I hear the nano boost comes out and just negate the ult completely. And I like mistimed that dance by like half a second because he still blinked away. I was like, dang it, whatever. Me and Anna will dance. You guys can do what you want.
No, Mephisto, I think he's good in the right hands. He's good at punishing teams that group. So he did get quite a few good amount of damage off there in the first game. Were you expecting the Mephisto to come out?
No. Like afterwards, like a couple people had said, "Oh yeah, they played it against like Arrogant Nephilim or something," and I was like, I
think they've only played it once.
Scout that deep. I was like, I didn't scout that deep to know if it was one or the other. Leave it on the plate, bud. There you go.
They played it before tonight. They've played it one time and they lost with it.
Oh, okay. No, it definitely was a surprise. I was expecting a little bit more of a race from them, but I guess like they thought maybe Greymane was going to do it all, or I guess maybe they pivoted after they saw what we have and decided to go for an all-in blow-up with the Chen, or maybe it was committed with the Chen that they were going to dive instead of race. But
was Uther a counter pick, or did you guys pre-plan to go for the Divine Shield Nosh options?
It's a little bit of both. Like I feel like I don't know. I think Velvet maybe spoiled it last interview, but like we definitely have been switching up roles, and so it's one of those things where like I think in general we're able to flex a little bit more in the support role, as in previous weeks maybe we didn't have as much flex, and I think that's something where he's not afraid to just call out a healer, and I'm like, all right, like if you think that's gonna work, go for it.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Uther. I like him in the tank role though right now.
Oh yeah.
Skybane, do you have any questions for Rock Your World?
I think you kind of got all of them. I just really enjoyed that last game with the Alarak charge. You never see the Alarak charge. You usually see Counter-Strike, and you guys did a really great job of following up on it. So hearing you talk about how you had a really hard time with that as of late makes me like super proud of you guys that you were able to pull it off.
Oh, nice.
You guys
I appreciate it.
So they banned
I think it's
yeah.
Stukov did what you said.
Stukov. Oh, I just always love Stukov play, and the time the boys went out, the Alarak went in, the Stukov went down. It was really nicely done. So.
And then I was telling Majesty before we started, like there's some games where we legitimately like our name is really fitting, because some nights we roll one and we throw the game after being up 20s to 18s, and then other nights we play and they're like, wow, why is this team in Div B? And it's like, well, that's why we love to throw games.
Me too.
So yeah.
So I usually ask, like, what are your goals for this
season? I think for us, in general, we're a bunch of families, and we just play games together. So whether it be this game or any other game, we just like playing games together. And we, go see each other at BlizzCon, have meetups. Like it's just a
Aw.
family thing, and that's what we like to do. And so, sure, we want to win, and sure, we want to get better. But at the end of the day, like definitely family and stuff comes first. Heck, I almost had to pull in 2 subs today because my son had surgery. So it was one of those things where like, hey guys, heads up, we may, have to pull in 2 subs. And I don't know if you heard him, but he's running around, and even though he had
Yeah.
surgery, he's like just fine. I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like,
Kids recover
But,
remarkably fast.
yeah,
I hear him.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. it's one of those things. I'm like, I'm beyond amazed. I'm like, oh yeah. So it's like he's 100% fine.
Is one of the
So-
games you guys play together as families? Is it Clue or Risk?
Which one? Something or Risk?
Clue or Risk? Do you guys play the board game Clue?
We're unfortunately not that close to where
Aw.
we can play board games.
Oh, you could do a
Like, we
tabletop
got-
simulator.
I guess that's true. Maybe I can get Mr. Poe to get us set up with some tabletop simulator. No, I think like
That's
obviously from the
similar.
name employees, we do Dungeons and Dragons together too, and say it's like we got a couple guys on the East Coast, a couple guys in Canada, some on the West Coast, and then I'm stuck here in the Rockies. So it's all good.
All right. Do you have any shout out you want to do, Rocket World?
Oh, sure. Obviously, shout out to the team. Thank you to all the guys and just their commitment, as well as shout out to our wonderful subs. Said you guys make it work when we're not available. Shout out to our sponsor, Mr. Osmo. Says that the loot chests have definitely paid off, and we thank you for your service. And yeah, just shout out to you guys. Thanks for casting us. I always love being able to rewatch our games with a different perspective in mind.
Well, thanks for having us. Skyblind, do you have any shout outs that you want to do?
Shout out to you guys for giving me a fun game. Also, shout out to your family thing. That's so cute, and I love hearing that. And I love that you guys have such fun together
Mm-hmm.
to hear.
Well, thank you.
And good luck.
Hey, thank you. And then hopefully, I don't know where we'll land in playoffs, if we'll make it or not. I don't know. We threw a lot of games early, and then we'll see how we finish up.
You guys are currently in 6th place with 12 points. I think there's only like what 2 weeks left before playoffs. 1 week left. So you guys are looking. It's usually top 8 teams, so you guys should be.
Oh
it'd have
wow,
to be
they allow
spr-
8?
Yeah, top 8.
Do you know
Sweet.
you can find D20s that have 2 20s on them?
That's cheating. Don't do it.
Cheating. No, I'm just saying.
What do
that
they?
you wouldn't-
What number do they replace though?
The 1.
Do they?
You
One.
gotta replace the 1.
Ah, you need the 1. The 1's the important number. You replace like 18 or something.
I guess that's fair. All right. Well, thank you guys, and yeah, I'm excited for I guess playoffs. I didn't realize that top 8, so I guess we'll make it eventually.
I know it's top 8 for A because that's the only division I've ever played in.
Okay.
So I don't know if when you split the divisions in half if it's less, but I'd imagine it'd be 8, or at least
Mhm.
if not, you're stuck with only 4. It's not as fun.
Well, maybe we'll get to top 4. We'll see. A couple of teams have to lose pretty bad, I think, to get us to top 4. But
You guys had a domination, so you get another 3 points. You're up to 15 points total. 15 points.
wow.
15 points puts you in a 3-way tie for 3rd place with Uncomfortably
And-
Numb and Reborn Knights red. White. Reborn Knights white.
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost to both those teams. So, womp womp.
Yeah. Unemployed Gaming is sitting at 19 points though, so they're sitting at the top of that division.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna go take care of my kiddo. Make sure that
Right,
he gets
make
to
sure
bed.
he's- Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you again for casting. Have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, and from me, thank you, Sky Bunny, for joining me for this cast. Thanks to both the teams, and of course, thanks to NGS for putting it all together. And that's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you next time in the Nexus.
All right.